Greetings, Peacekeepers, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I am Lieutenant Commander Turok of the heavy cruiser, the Claw. And we rejoin our heroes once again after finally having successfully taken the planet at 24-6. Yes, the planet we have been dueling with and battling with and ramming our head into for how many episodes now? The one where the very famous Dreadnought captain decided that if he would fly around in circles and almost get killed is finally ours, which makes a perfect staging ground to now invade the Gorn Confederation. Look at that. We are literally one tile away from one of their primary space stations. And I believe we are topped off on supplies, are we not? Yes, we are. We're at 1339 prestige, so sort of chugging our way onto the around 3000 that we will need for one of those command cruisers with their glorious plasmatic pulsar devices. Device sounds sinister, disruptor sounds evil. I'm not sure which one I like more at this point. So let's get right back into things. Let's see what kind of damage we can deal to this starbase. Preferably, we would like to avoid the starbase and stealth cap it so it becomes our starbase. It's a plan that works much better, although a little bit gamey, but really is very helpful. So we'll hit the red alert. We'll hit maximum alert, as they say, charging up the plasma weaponry, up to our cruising speed of 9, reduce that by 1 so that we can start converting one of our Wild Weasel shuttles. We made the mistake of not doing that last time, and it really bit us in the ass. So, no targets on sensors as of yet, just cruising along, having a good time. We will start the forward shield reinforcement anyway. There's no reason not to. After all, we do know what our maximum cruising speed is, so that's not really a concern. And we get a chance to admire the glorious backgrounds of this wonderful HD background pack. Unfortunately, the admiring of the nebula, or whatever the heck that is interrupted by the evil heavy cruiser. It is Gorn, and it is a CC. He is a command cruiser. He is a commander of many things. And so we shall fire our mobile sensors at him to get an idea of what the heck we're going to have to deal with here. Check the shuttle conversion is about half done, so it should be ready by the time we actually run into the sky. This is, of course, a deep space encounter. We started far too far from each other to actually see each other. Checking the range. We know that he's got shields, and he has G-type torpedoes just like us. He's also got 2, 4, 6, 8 phaser arrays, so just like us. Although I would wager a hint that these 2 phaser arrays only fire in the rear arc, these ones will fire in the front half, and these ones probably have the side halves, operating with the fantastic arcs that is well known by the Gorn. We're prepping another Wild Weasel. There's no reason not to. It only costs us 1 point of power, and we still have time before our torpedoes are ready to go. Checking torpedo settings. Excellent. Torpedoes are ready to fire. Now he's got 2, and we've got 3, which means we've got a heavier throw weight straight up, but I'm willing to bet that he's got better shielding. Right now our frontal shielding is being reinforced with all the power that we can send its way, which will increase as soon as we finish. Yeah, we finished those torpedoes, so we will probably slow down to a speed of 15 by the time we actually hit the crunch. I don't mind letting a Gorn player have higher speed, because I know he's not going to be able to run circles around me anyway. So, he fired his G-type torpedoes, and we shall do the same. 1, 2, and nope, can't get the third one. We fired the wrong one. It was on the wrong disengaging side. But that does mean we're holding a torpedo into this engagement. Wonderful. So we will go to the shield and buff the reinforcement to a 360 degree. We will slow down 3 points, give our shielding a little bit of support here, and shuttle bay. Stop. Aha! We dodged it. Excellent. Fire a plasma torpedo his way. He can't avoid it. So, there we go. We've managed to severely damage one of his shields, and we've taken it out. So one of his forward shields, it's the forward port one, is now offline, and we are buffing our shields quite nicely. So he has taken 3 hits from our plasma torpedoes, whereas we have only taken 1 from his 2. And, oh, one of his plasma torpedoes is currently offline. Excellent work. I'm really tempted to do just a full spin right now to blast that side. Unfortunately, I don't have any weapons to do that with quite yet. And he is reinforcing these shields quite heavily against us. ISC ships not known for being nimble ballerinas, more, well, very clunky and kludgy. It's going to have to be the way that we do it. Although, once these torpedoes come online, we are probably going to spin around as fast as we can, do the whole top thing. And, yep, we've got green shields on the reinforcement, so we are currently doing just fine. Increase speed slightly to a speed of 15. That way we get some of our turn back. And he's doing an end out. So he's going way out, and then he'll wait for his torpedoes to charge, and he'll come back in. It's a good strategy. I recommend it. especially with Gorn ships, because you just can't turn. Unfortunately, he probably doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of power to charge and move at maximum speed, which is a failing that many plasma races have. So we are closing with each other. Fire a torpedo because we're on the engaging side. And get ready with another. Oh, he left his side open to us. All weapons fired right into it. Nice shooting. And his G-type torpedo is not ready. He probably did sacrifice some of that preparedness on the torpedo in order to get that shot in. So we're going to do a rapid turn on this because we've got another torpedo that's ready to launch. Coming around, we are engaging. And as soon as he starts turning into us, we will let loose with this plasma torpedo. And now's the time. If he keeps this turn up, he's going to let it into his open side. He did. We will eat that on the nose. And we were too close in order to get a good phaser pass on him. So we're going to come back around again. Expose our weak side here momentarily. But then again, okay, it's an open side now. Let's check the repair work. We don't... Oh, we do need to repair. Okay, once again, it's that 360-degree phaser. It's probably like right here on top of the spire. And so it's super easy to hit. We have managed to take out four of his phasers, and he's repairing one of his torpedoes. He has, however, reversed the direction on this turn, so he has something in the way to get it between us and his hull. If he gets his nose on, that's going to suck. And we will dump another weasel. Darn it, unfortunately our point defense opened fire on the torpedo because they did not get the message that we had just dumped a wild weasel. Gotta wait a little bit for the emergency stop to shut off, but I do think our starboard plasma torpedo is going to come online any moment now. Come on, show me gray line. Now show me green, or well, full black line. And torpedo away! Right into him. Good shot. Second torpedo is... he's just off the axis for it. How's our high energy turn state? 73%. I want to try it. I do want to try it. Reverse that turn. We'll come out a bit. He is down to 3 of his 8 phasers, and one of his torpedoes is fully charging. The other one is currently disabled. So in good shape for us right now. We bring quite a bit of firepower to the table, although within narrow arcs. Alright, port side plasma torpedo is away. Forward firing, well, forward half firing plasma torpedo is ready to go in right after that hit. And it hits. Now we're on the engaging side. And open fire with all the phasers. And that does him in. Scattered into a billion pieces thanks to our plasma torpedo right to his center. And what a nice little vista to leave on. Plasma fights, it takes a while, but one mistake generally is the end of it. 264 prestige, and we neutralize the tile. Excellent. We'll pop back here real quick. 3 points of damage to repair. A repair part to get back, and 2 shuttles that we would like. Done. Thank you, map. Re-engage. Mission. We're going to avoid the convoy raid. We're not really... No. I mean, thanks for thinking of us, but no. Red alert. Let's get on board. Immediately bring this up. We're going to prep a wild weasel. It's useful. And nothing in range as of yet. Another deep space patrol. If we take this one, we'll have gotten a starbase further into the heart, and not only will it be further into the heart of Gorn territory, but it will also fully secure that planet that we took at 24-6. Because if we've got a friendly starbase there, it exudes influence, the planet exudes influence, they mutually support each other. It's very excellent to have. So nothing on scanners, nothing anywhere. And we can increase speed a little bit more to our 18. Phaser capacitor is fully charged and ready to go. We've got a light cruiser this time, another Gorn one. Let's send a probe his way, see what he's got. Contact the shield reinforcement. I want forward reinforcement. I want reinforce. And see what he has shields. An amazing development. Let's see what they've got else besides that. Probe's closing in, and he's got 2 Fs and an S-type torpedo. That's a heck of a throw weight right there. I mean, yeah, he's actually got more plasma firepower than we do. That ice-type torpedo has more damage than us flat out, and the F-type torpedoes match our damage but don't match our range. So, yeah. This ought to be an interesting fight. That command cruiser was out of date, but this light cruiser, what are you? Oh no, apparently it's a heavy destroyer. HDD. So this heavy destroyer will definitely give us a run for our money. Plasma torpedoes are getting ready to fire. So we will engage starboard, pull out port. I believe that's my plan. Maybe it'll go the other way. We will fire at a range of 15. Our closure rate should mean that that will carry it into him before it loses any damage. 16, 15, launch! Torpedo 2. Here comes the S-type. And now let's start killing speed now. Crap, we didn't do it fast enough. Oh, there we go! Fire all torpedoes. Slammed into him, blew a hole open in him. We took the S-type torpedo. It was not great, but the shield held. Excellent. Let's go with that reinforcement on the 360 now. Just because I'm not sure how much he's going to actually focus on the nose. So we avoided 40 damage instead of all of it, because I was not fast enough on the Wild Weasel. There's actually a button for that. There's literally a button that you can press that will just dump the Wild Weasel, and I should look that up. Now that we're actually fighting plasma races, that's actually pretty important. We took out one of his phasers and his forward shields? Is that true? Yeah, his forward shields are down to red, which means they're under 10, which means our phaser volley should cut through that like a knife through butter. So we're picking up, we'll get to a speed of 15. That gives us a decent amount of power that gets shoved into the reinforcement. Oh, no, he's running away at 17.5, so we got to give chase. We'll go up to our maximum charge combat speed of 19, and he's sped up too. He does not want to get into a fight with us when he's like that. Gorn ships have great arcs, though, so this is actually kind of working in our favor, because we're going to have longer range than him. I'm not sure if he's thinking this through properly. Here he comes again. He's firing phasers. Right, getting ready. He's slowing down. Not quite sure why. Oh, no, that was our distance, not his speed. And I'm going to accept you on the nose. It was a pseudo. It did keep our phasers occupied for the round. I'll send one plasma torpedo his way, see if he keeps running from it. He is. This one is probably real. So, yep, took it on the nose. Reinforcement took it. We managed to hit his rear. Giving another torpedo into him. We are at closer range to the point where I think we can actually deal this. And, oh, he doesn't have a torpedo on this side. Another shield down. And this one ought to go through his rear. He's turning hard. Phasers come up, phasers come up. Yes! The full 8 phaser volley right in through him. He's fired his plasma F. This is going to hit us. And unfortunately it hit us in a shield I didn't want him to hit. We've lost our one of our port phasers. So we're in a good position here. We just want to stick behind him and continue to blast into him with our phasers. As long as we can keep him in front of us, we can get 8 phasers on target. And that's no small amount of phasers. Also, we want to avoid this S-type torpedo. I'm not sure how wide his firing arc is on this. It could be huge. I have seen some pretty insane plasma torpedo arcs out of the Gorn before. So he's losing speed, so he's losing power here. He's got a problem. He's lost his shuttle bay, he's lost his transporters, and he's lost one of his phasers. He's also missing half of his shielding. And he's on our starboard side, which will be our next plasma torpedo to arm. Excellent. He can't outturn us. He does not have the capability to do so. Because, you know, he's Gorn, and he's fat and slow. Just like we are. We are incredibly fat and slow vessels. Oh, nope, we didn't want to not turn. That would be bad. And we will send a torpedo across the gap now. And he's trying, but it ain't gonna work. Right on through. 2 more phasers getting in on the action. Slow down, slow down, slow down. So we can get our nose torpedo on. Boom. And there's the ship. Excellent work all around. That's what we like to see. A truly concentrated effort by the whole team. I'm very proud to be working with you all. So let's see what we got. 242 prestige, so not a ton. We did outclass them after all. And we're getting close. Ooh, it's our first Gorn planet. We're mortal enemies with the Gorn Confederation. So pop back here, because you gotta move off the tile before it'll activate the tile. Another 3 damage, and another shuttle to be repaired, and 1 spare part to be regotten. So that was fairly cost effective. We have 876 tied up into this CA. If I were to go to shipyard, how much could I sell this for? Oh, we could buy 237, So we have essentially... How much is that ship? So we have essentially 2,600. That's not enough. We need more than that. So let's go on another mission. This is a proper deep space encounter. I have no idea quite what's going to be in store for us, but this is a defensive mission. Now let's see what we've got. We are supported by a Gorn command cruiser. So was there like a civil war or a rebellion in Gorn space that I was not aware of? Because I could have sworn that when we showed up, everybody wanted to kick our ass. But that does not appear to be the case at all. We have here a Gorn command cruiser, the Axe Holder, on our side. So defectors, maybe? I mean, I know we are sort of like Bizarro Federation, so maybe there are some people who are like, yeah, the constant war sucks, let's join up with the Intergalactic Empire. Not really clear on that. Well, we are prepping a shuttle. We should get our reinforcements all sorted. Let us reinforce the forward only. Shut that off. There we go. Like that to reinforce. And now we are pretty much set and ready to go. So we will increase speed and time. The Gorn vessel slowly getting up to speed. Not that we can say much on that. We also very slowly get up to speed. Sensor decoys ready. Let's get a second one prepared. That really is beautiful. It's the Mutara Nebula. It's a heavy cruiser. Oh, so this is anti-piracy operations. I get it. So this is a Gorn captain was all like working on our border and was like, these pirates have been totally going after innocent people. I know you're evil and I know we're at war with each other, but let's work together to kill some pirates. I can get on board with that. I can also get on board with letting him fight first. He's got a PPD. So enemy pirate has a plasmatic pulsar device. It's the Ace of Spades, so this is likely some sort of grand pirate who is extremely skilled and dangerous. I'm not sure what we should call him. I believe he's in a syndicate ship. So calling him Blackbeard probably wouldn't be working there, because syndicate is more, I guess, Italian mafia, I want to say? I could be wrong. Because we've got Prime Industries, we've got the Orion Pirates Cartel, we've got the House of Korgath, we've got the Beast Riders, we've got the Syndicate. There's 3 others that I don't bother to know. They all technically have their own like technological innovations on how they view the ships should be designed, but I have never paid that close attention to them. All up in select, and everything right into him. That's got to be a bad day to be a pirate. His PPD is shocked for now. I don't know if it's going to come back or not. He did lose quite a bit of phasers on that. He's lost one of his D-type torpedoes. Not that we really care. His D-type torpedoes don't shoot anything that we actually fire at him. And he's way suffering in the power department. He's down to 8 power. But this is what happens when you're outnumbered in a plasma battle, and the only thing you brought was a long-ranged weapon. PPD will not operate within a range of, I want to say 4. It might be 6, but I'm pretty sure 4 is the right answer on that one. So as long as we stay in nice and tight, he can't touch us. PPDs are hilariously effective, however, against Klingons who, you know, try and stay at range 2. They have to get in close, and when they get in close, you have plasma torpedoes. Nice big shocking damage right there in through his rear. He's down to 4.7, and I don't think he's going to survive much more of this. Yep, there he goes, exploding into a massive ball of plasma, as all pirates should. These are not Pirates of the Caribbean pirates, people. These are the actual evil pirates, and we do not approve, especially not in our galaxy. 250 prestige. It's not going to bring us up to a high enough amount for us to buy our command cruiser. We will go and do some patrolling of our brand new recently acquired Gorn space station, which now belongs to us. Red alert! We are escorted by the Custody, interesting name, and the Purview, both of which are police ships. So I'm assuming this is some anti-piracy operations or a Gorn raiding force. Could be either one. Let's get that Wild Weasel prepped in the bay. Let's get the shield reinforcements to the nose on and try not to press the wrong button, but it's so close and difficult to miss. And yeah, we'll drift on into this 5 to disable camera lock, but that was a gorgeous nebula. I wish you would pull up faster so I could see this nebula. Come on, Purview, move quicker. And we are fighting a heavy cruiser. Another heavy cruiser. This one is a OCVL, so if that's a carrier, we're in trouble. So in order to distract us from the trouble, let's admire the view. Very pretty. Very calming. There is no worries. Who cares about a few fighters? It's not like they'll be able to penetrate your point defense systems. Oh yeah, that's right. We don't have any. Crap. If it is fighters, we're in trouble. we will have to waste full-on plasma torpedoes at them. Which, don't get me wrong, plasma torpedoes on fighters, you'll get excellent results, but plasma torpedoes will then take 3 turns to recharge, and that's not excellent results. So, let's see what has to happen now. Our Wild Weasel is almost ready. Let's prep another Wild Weasel. And a probe away. Mobile sensors, check out, see what he's got. And the custody is moving in at maximum speed. Well, maximum speed being 25 for him, apparently. He is armed with missiles, A-type racks. It's 4 of them, and he just dumped his first fighter group. How many fighters will he drop? That is the question. I'm reading 2 different distinct groups of fighters. Yeah, this is going to be rough. So the custody's going to get in there. He's a phaser boat. So I will be interested to see what he does. No wonder we're moving so slow. We were only moving at a speed of 9. 4 missiles is a pain, but he's only got A-type racks, which means they can't fire that many times. And he's got slow missiles, which means we stay at a speed of 16 and we'll be absolutely golden. I'm half tempted to just engage this guy instead of his fighters. By half tempted, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Unless these fighters come in at me, we probably don't have to worry about them. If they keep firing at the custody, that's not a problem for us at all. So the fighters looping back in for another pass as we sneak up on this CVL. By sneak, yeah, like a big heavy cruiser like us can sneak up on anything. So maximum speed, we can hit maximum speed because all our weapons are charged. And we'll get in here and we'll hit him with a nice big blast. He's turning towards us, which would be a mistake. He's got weak shields. Get him point blank range. G-type torpedo. G-type torpedo. All weapons. Fire into him. We got quite a few shots through. He was not able to penetrate. We weren't able to fire 4 of our phasers at him. They fired instead at his missiles, but we caused quite a bit of shocking damage. He's down to a speed of 5.2. And I think Custody's managed to kill one of his fighter groups. Excellent. Custody is in relatively good shape, too. So Custody probably planned some pretty nice mine drops. And that's my story, and that's what I'm sticking to. Fired his disruptor. I'm assuming that was a desperation disruptor, because I don't think he's got a chance here. Pulling around to the front, we will have 6 phasers? Yeah, 6 phasers to fire at him. We can't get 2 of our other phasers online. Unfortunately, he's not traveling fast enough to set off that mine. I'm assuming Custody or Purview dropped it, because sure as heck wasn't mean. But he did get sort of spammed with mines, didn't he? Pulling away just a little bit. Let's see if we can't get that side arc on for these 2 phasers. And at this range, it would do almost no damage. So we'll now come in like this. Hey, but I can shoot at you. Yeah, we hit him with 1. Not that it really did anything, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. He's still got 4 missile launchers. This could be a problem. At least that's what our sensors read. They could be wrong. Let's close in, get ready for a shot. Fire! And he breaks apart into a bajillion pieces, and his fighters go with him. They, of course, have the dead man's switch. You can't have random fighters just floating around, after all. That would be insanity. 152 prestige, not much prestige at all. We are a good 500 away from what we actually need. Shipyard. Yoo-hoo, shipyard. Do you have our command cruiser? A CCY, what are you? A flagship cruiser, even better. It has S-type torpedoes. You're a flat 3,000. Can we afford that if we sell? So 237. Would we get 600? We would get 600. Okay, we're going to try it because this is a dangerous thing to try. We've seen in the past how it messes up. So where is that super cheap 237? Buy you. Supply. Sell the claw. Go to the shipyard. Scroll down. CCY. Buy. Supply. Sell the Discovery. Okay. We are now in a heavy battle cruiser. The Injunction. Which does not sound intimidating at all. Yes, we'd like to put an injunction on this plan to build a road here. Okay. Doing good. We're going to tank up on Marines to the maximum. And actually, we're going to take a moment. Done. Shipyard. Right-click on anything, because we don't care. We're going to switch over to heavy cruisers. A fleet carrier. That looks like a cool design, but I'm almost positive it's not actually going to look like that. CCY, flagship cruiser, introduced in 2270. Designation CCY, BPV of 200, a movement ratio of 1.00, so that's still good. I mean, we'll move at the exact same pace we were. Turning class 4, so slow as balls. Crew of 56 with 16 Marines, up to 32 for us. Total warp power 32, blah blah blah. Total engine power in its entirety is 44, so we gained 4 points of engine power. We're going to need them to charge up those S-type torpedoes. Only 4 transporters, so Marines not going to be so super effective. It's not like Klingons where we're beaming over 7 people at a time. 4 tractor beams available, 3 shuttles. 3 shuttles? No way. That can't be right. Maybe that's how many ships come with a shuttle. No fighters, and 2 plasma S's, 2 PPDs, 8 phaser 1s, 6 phaser 3s to deal with the point defense problem. This would have been an interesting pick, but I don't really feel it. I mean, 8 fighters, but how good are ISC fighters? I have no idea. A question to be pondered. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for an episode right there. We've been doing pretty good. We've managed to take another station. We have secured our planet here. We are now threatening a Gorn planet here. Things are looking quite up, and we have now moved up to our brand new heavy battle cruiser, our flagship vessel, the Injunction. Which I'm going to have to come up with an interesting way of saying that, otherwise, well, it's just not as cool as the Claw. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode.